The 3 biggest mistakes piano students do with trills. I get really many questions on trills. And there are a few things that many people do wrong when they practice trills. And the problem that happen are a lot of tension in their arms, yeah, sometimes even pain. The problems are there's not such a great expression, yeah, the trills sound too excessive, or that, you know, simply the flow of the music is not following anymore. Yeah, they're just simply stuck with these trills. So in this video, we're gonna cover the 3 biggest mistakes you need to avoid if you want to master your trills in the long term. The first thing is people overestimate the importance of trills. Trills are just one of many different components of a healthy piano technique, and you need to cultivate much more. You need good hand stability, you need to work on arpeggios, scales, you need to work on chords, you need to work on runs, jumps, thirds, sixths, octaves, double notes in general, yeah, many things, independence. Trills are one other component, but people really overestimate the importance of trills. Historically, trills were just there to keep notes alive. So, you know, if you play a note on the piano, the sound will disappear at some point. If you go back to older instruments, harpsichords, clavichords, the notes actually disappear faster. So people had to write trills to keep the notes alive. Otherwise, they would not hear them anymore. Especially if this is in melody notes, that's an important thing to do. Now, if you see that trills are not as important as you think, then, you know, we can already move a step forward, because it means you don't have to have such an obsession about it. Mistake number 2, people think that trills have to be extremely fast. Let's take one example from Bach's invention number 4. There are of course also many examples in romantic music, but this is a really good example. So you end up here in bar number 19. And then you have this long trill in the right hand. And many people think this trill has to be super fast. And what then happens is it's just way too loud, right? And way too aggressive, you know. Another example here, Chopin Nocturne. This is the one number 2 in 27. You end up here. Before you go up, right? People, again, they play this trill and it gets super aggressive. It gets just too much, right? So what you need to understand is trills just don't need to be so fast, yeah? It can actually be super slow. Trills can be in many different speeds. You can, and the speed can also vary, right? And that's super important to understand if it comes to trills. You need to decide first, what speed is that trill and how do I want to play that, and what's that role of the trill, okay? And mistake number 3, people focus too much on fingerings and not so much on the relaxation between the movements. So what happens is people obsess about the fingerings, like they say, okay, I need to play this with 1 and 3, or 2 and 3, or 1 and 4, or 2, 4, whatever it is, and they think the fingering will magically solve all the problems, but that is not true. You need to work on always relaxing the finger that is not playing, so that your body unconsciously helps you to keep playing that trill for as long as you want, right? So look at my hand. I can continue with super long time here. Yeah, I don't need to demonstrate it further. I think you understand what I mean. I could do this probably for 10 minutes or more, but I can only do that because I learned to build in mini relaxations into my playing when I'm practicing this. And if you want to master piano technique, you need to do that as well. Not just with trills, but also with other techniques. So you need certain exercises that help you tension, relaxation. Do you work on tension and then you work on relaxation? And if you want to learn that, I can show you also a few exercises on trills. Just apply at aaronpearson.com/academy and we figure out exactly in that first lesson, what your trills are that you need to master, and if you really need to play them fast or slow, and what the right exercises are for exactly those trills, because there are also several types of trills. So I cannot really give you one exercise for all of them. We need to figure out exactly what fits best to your situation. And I would like to catch up with you on this so we can really figure out what you need in order to succeed with that. I thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see each other again very soon in the next video. Keep working on your trills, and bye bye.